sequence start. 8, 7, 6, 5.
Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? Alright, so I'm back for more Pain and Railway Empire. No, not really. Actually, I figured a couple things out. So, my first look kind of ended in a little bit of a train wreck, if you would. So, anyway, I actually went through it one more time off camera and did a little bit of research, and now I'm on track. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and run through the first campaign, more like a tutorial might be. So and this will be uploaded to YouTube later so that other people could come by and follow this and maybe help them out as well. So to understand a little bit more about what's going on in the game. So anyway, I'm no expert, but I'm a little bit better than I was earlier today. So we're going to run through that first campaign, get everything set up, so you can see a little bit about it, and more than a little bit of a first look. Now we'll go cover a couple more details that I didn't know about earlier. So I educated myself, and so anyway, if you're watching this on the stream, thank you for watching right now. And of course, I'll just say, oh, Dadgenet, thank you for the host, sir. Appreciate that, Dave. If you're there, you may be an auto host, but thank you. Appreciate that. That's very cool. So, and if you're watching this later on the YouTube, once I upload it over there, leave me your suggestions and comments and all that great stuff. And don't forget to be a subscriber over there on YouTube if you haven't done so already. So, anyway, you guys on Twitch, you know what to do. So, anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with the first campaign and go through it a little bit faster than I did before. I just want to show you guys that I did in fact learn something. So anyway, this is what would be considered the tutorial. First place you'll start in the game when you get things rolling, and 2 million is what you start with. You start in Omaha. There are no competitors right now. The next campaign does introduce the idea of competitors, the AI, so there's no AI level, and the rail network, meaning realistic, means that you can set signals and stuff like that. And I've done a little research on that too. So there is a game GUI as well that you can go in and find out more information on it that I didn't know about before. So this is the first chapter. We're going to construct the sites of the Union Pacific Railroad. So it started in 1863. And we'll go back to 1830 as we go to the next one. But anyway, here it is. So let's get started. There's the cutscene. So enjoy the cutscene for just a second.
Sometimes I think about giving everything
I gotta
up
name
and
myself
dedicating
first.
my life to poetry. How about you?
I forgot about this part. We'll call myself Will Smith. And that's good. And we'll continue. Now's the cutscene.
In 1863, on the banks of the Missouri River, the last chapter in the monumental undertaking of the Transcontinental Railroad began. The workers of the Union Pacific Railroad began laying their tracks westward from Omaha.
I should probably
through the
turn off my
wild
own
heart of
music,
the
right?
North American continent.
YouTube will probably nail me for this music.
Massive challenges awaited them. Away from all
In the
civilization,
game, that is.
the country was vast, the weather ruthless, and the challenges tremendously energy-sapping.
How come there's
But
only
there
two
was a
guys doing all the
masterstroke
work?
of modern engineering to be accomplished, to tame the wilderness and to conquer it with steel, fire, and steam. Never before had anything like this been ventured, but the time was ripe.
All right, so I got...
Greetings.
I got
My name is
royalty-free
Thomas
stuff.
Clark Durand.
Oh, hey, hold
Exactly, the head of Union Pacific.
Wait till
We will go
Durand's
down
done.
in history as the ones who created the Transcontinental Railroad. And that, my friend, is your job as chief engineer. I can supervise everything here on site right now as I have to meet with some politicians in Washington. First, you should familiarize yourself with the basic controls. Move the camera in all directions.
Okay, and
now test the camera's zoom function.
Yes,
you can
zoom
also
works.
rotate the camera. Give it a try.
That works too. Now you can actually zoom down and then hold your mouse wheel and look around. Now if you don't have a mouse wheel, I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, there you go. All right, so I got my royalty-free music going here. Though YouTube will probably nail me on that. It's a little intro, but anyway, we'll turn back on mine now. They should be fine with mine. Okay, so we need to switch to construction mode. So this is where we started earlier. Our hometown is Omaha, in case you want to know. We're going to build a station in Norfolk. Now, I'm going to start with a small train station here, but learned in a couple different instances it's better to go with the bigger one because you have more tracks to start with. They want us to build it in town.
Very good.
You want to build it right in the middle of that?
Now the two stations need to be connected with tracks. To do this, switch to track laying mode.
Okay, so go up there and hit the track and click on that. Exit point right there, and then we'll run on down here. It does actually lay the track automatically for you, but if you want to move it, you can make a waypoint and then you can just kind of drag it out where you want it. So that's pretty cool. That comes in handy later when you're trying to avoid inclines and tunnels and stuff like that. Alright, so build tracks. Yes, I know that. Alright, so once you lay out your tracks, they are not there yet. You have to hit the $sign. And
now create your first train so that you can set up a rail line between your stations.
Alright. So they want a train.
Initially, your train only exists on paper. It's not much use to you without a locomotive.
Alright, so we go ahead and click on the locomotive icon up here at the top. Set up a rail line. Go from Norfolk to... actually, I'm gonna redo that. I'm gonna go from Omaha, Norfolk, because I want that organized when I go up north, okay? Believe it or not, I have gotten organized since my last episode, which was earlier today, ended in failure. I actually failed the tutorial, can you believe that? Okay, so anyway, click the, once you establish a line, you do not have a train yet. So then you have to click the other icon to buy a train, which is going to be the Philadelphia. Okay, so that's moving right along now. So we'll go ahead and do that. Now, you can switch between trains by hitting the arrow button there. And what we're doing is we're just waiting for him to, you got little video tutorials that kind of walk you through it too. Alright, however, each locomotive needs water and sand and lubricant. So we need to go ahead and hit the construction. You've got industrial city buildings type stuff here and railway buildings here. We want to go down to the supply tower and we want that right there where they recommend it. Okay. Okay. Now what they're going to ask us to do next, as soon as he's ready, is they're going to want us to build a rural train station out here by this farm, which is a corn farm, Evans Farm. So we're going to do just a small station. We can upgrade it later. When it's rural, it's got to be outside of the little circle. When it's in town, it's got to be in the blue circle. Or, excuse me, green circle, blue. I don't even know what I'm saying. Know your colors, Wheels. Learn your colors in kindergarten. Okay, so we place that there. Now we need to lay the track. And click on the green. And make it green. Click on the yellow. It's yellow before you click it. So it's like that up there. So once it's here, I've laid the track. And now I need to buy it. Okay, so I need to make a second rail now. Basically, set up the rail line from Evans Farm to Omaha to Norfolk. Okay, and check mark. Add a locomotive, buy another Philadelphia, and we're good to go. Okay, there's that part. Pretty simple so far, right? How could you go wrong? Okay, so we got that set. There's a couple things the tutorial doesn't really tell you in here, though. So obviously you have your options, whether or not you want to save, load. You can't change a lot of the options, but if you want to show the newspapers, which you'll understand later, game hints, you've got your on and off stuff for that. Your controls, you could use a gamepad if you want to. You cannot remap your keys according to this right now. And of course you've got your graphics and your sound. Music's actually not too bad in this. Alright, so continue playing. Right here is your tips and tricks. This is the GUI, so you can do all kinds of stuff here, understanding the economy, transport industry, signals. That's probably the most valuable thing if you don't know much about trains, like I don't know much about trains. You can learn about the sections of track and signals ahead of switches, and then more examples right there. So that's pretty cool. There's more hints. I have not actually read through this. I probably should have. How to optimize your trains, long-term profit. Let's see. So you got types of signals, side tracks, and placements. All right. Well, I will be busy tonight, Road Dog, from 6 until, well, basically from 6 p.m. on. All right. So we might be able to fit one or two in there, Road. If not, it may be tomorrow before we do that. I do want to. It's just I got stuff going on tonight. So, all right. So we need to follow his instructions. Those will give us tasks in a few minutes. We'll see that. This tells us about our company up here, our value, the different data about it, which there's not much involved yet. And then you've also got a research tree, which you got two parts to it: trains and locomotives, and company and construction. So that's a pretty awesome tech tree here that you got going on. I won't cover that much right now, but just so you know what it is. And then you have an engine shed, which goes through the different trains that you can get. And of course the only one available right now is the Philadelphia, which we have right there. So anyways, pretty cool information up there. Okay, so we need to create a side track now. All right. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's put it in maybe prior. Oops. Start over. Okay, like that. Oops. Let's try this again. Oop, a little bit squirrely there. We'll go up here. Incidentally, the supply tower will cover both tracks. Okay, so once I've laid that, then we'll go ahead and accept that. So you see that automatically covered both, which is cool. Okay, so now we need to set up a signal. So we go over here to our stuff there and place this. Now when you hit shift and click on it, oops, you can set a directional signal on there, right? So now I need to do the same thing down on this end. And one thing to point out to you that I said earlier today, if you weren't here though, is that this is not a train simulation. This is a tycoon game. So although you are building stuff and doing different things with the train tracks. It's not about the simulation like Transport Fever, anything like that. It is even a little bit cartoony. It's all about tycoons and going up against AI and building an empire that way kind of type thing. So if you like tycoons, that's really what it's about. Okay, so now we need to construct the maintenance building, which, again, I did all this. Oops, let's get out of that. There we go. Okay, so you construct a maintenance building by doing the first icon here with the little wrench next to it. Costs 80 grand to be able to do that. And we're good. You can upgrade your station as well right there. Okay. You've been lollygagging long enough. I know, man, right? Okay, you get to Washington, and I'll take care of everything here from here, man. Have a good one. Okay, so up here's your tasks. I pointed that out earlier. So here's what we basically want to do. Okay, we want to go from Norfolk up here to North Platte. So let's go up here. We'll start out small. Again. Okay, and then from there, it's going to want us to end up at Cheyenne. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to actually buy a train station for Cheyenne. But here's the mistake I made earlier, is that you can upgrade your stations. And Cheyenne's going to be kind of like a hub of action a little bit. So I want to go ahead and make the large train station at Cheyenne. That's what I should have done from the beginning. Now, I'm going to place it right in the middle of town. Oh, I have to connect North Platte. Oh, okay. All right, so won't let me get too far ahead of my... Oops. Too far ahead of myself. That's fine. No problem. I was hoping I could put the stations in first. All right. So let's go back up and lay some track. Oops. Okay, that looks good. Let's do it. Now, okay, timely report. So this is the newspaper deal, which you can turn off. I noticed earlier that some of these are pretty funny. It's talking about the 100th meridian crossed. Let's see. Look at some of the other articles. Miracle cure of the week. Grace for weak men. Toxodium will restore your lost manhood. Okay. Salt action for the brain. Cures headaches and stomach upsets and all kinds of brain problems. The cowboy myth, baking soda bucks. Man, bear, pig is real. L.G. Orr claims to have repeatedly seen a monster that looks like a man, bear, pig. Or bear, man, pig, or something. According to his statements, it's very dangerous and is trying to destroy the world. In Mr. Orr's worlds, it's dead serious. Anyway, that's pretty stupid, but they are down there, so I think it's pretty funny. All right, so if you go up here, you can find your list of trains. Now, this is from the farm. This right here is connecting the major towns. And so what I want to do is I want to add Platte River to this. Like that. Okay, so now my line is going from Omaha to North Platte. Now I should be able to go up here and do a large train station in... That's the large one, right? Yeah. In Cheyenne. So let's do that. Now, a couple things the tutorial doesn't tell you. First of all, it doesn't tell you to put the larger one in. Secondly, the tutorial is going to lead you over here. All right, and there's something about that later that we'll get into. But if you have a large train station, you know, you've got 4 ways to hook up to it. So we're going to end up having to go up here as well. But we are coming down from the Platte area. So where is that anyways? No, I can't. All right, so we don't want the most inside track. So we're going to go with the next one out. Oops. Let's get rid of that little deal there. Okay. Unrest in New York. Populace does not want to go to war. Bigfoot spotted. Okay. Apparently. So we will go right here. And we're not too worried about where the track's being placed right now. However, I want to go to the second one over. Now, if I go to the first one, we're not going to be able to get too far there. But the thing is that I need to go north, and so let's go. Do I want to go with the second one there or this one? Let's go with that one. Okay. So now we have that. Now, before we go and extend that, we're going to go ahead and put down a supply deal right there, or maintenance, or whatever this is. Supply tower. Okay. And we'll put another one. Oops. Put another one there. Now, do I have one here? No. Okay. So go ahead and place those in there so our trains can stop at the supply tower on the way. And now that I've done that, I think I do want to click on this. Oops. And I want to put a a maintenance building. Construct a maintenance building. And then we want to go here to the North Platte. And we want to add Cheyenne in. Okay. So now we've successfully added Cheyenne. So if we want to see the city's needs, we can do that. Oops. Let's go to Cheyenne, which is he's directing us to do. Okay. So you have your basic information here. Then you have total travelers and mail and storage, and then passengers and mail waiting. But if you go to the little magnifying glass here, then you're going to see what they're looking for, what they want to export, and their demand for import. So they're going to want meat and wood, mainly, and then they're also going to end up wanting wheat, too, for the brewery. So anyway, that's how that looks. Give you an idea, you can go backwards there and close that if you want to. All right. So the next thing they want us to do is they want us to connect Cheyenne to this timber company right here. So I believe, though, the first thing I want to do, which it's not telling me to do this next. Tell you what, let's keep it in order. Okay, so over here, now I said earlier you've got to be so far away from the place before you can place a station down. When you're in the rural area, you got to be outside the green, as when you're in the city, you got to be inside the green. So if we go to a large train station here, notice it does have a big enough area where it will cover both. And this is what threw me off last time. I didn't realize they were wanting me to use the bigger one. So I messed it up, and as somebody said, I had a bunch of spaghetti here on my screen. And that was it. Okay, so let's go like that. We'll kind of put that right in the middle, and we'll throw that down. And what I'm going to do with that is I'm actually going to connect to the top line over here. And that's why I wanted to leave that empty. So we'll start with the top line. And then we will branch off over here. Let's take the second or third. I don't want the first one, because we may want to veer and go to the north, right? So I don't think we want too much more to the south. So let's go ahead and place that there. All right. And so now I'll be able to put in a train that goes all the way from both. So we want set up a rail line from oops. Let's try that again. Set up a rail line from there to, come on, let me click. There you go. From there to Cheyenne. That's exactly what they want. Let's add another locomotive, and we're good to go. So simple, right? How could a person possibly get messed up on that? And yet I did. So anyway, that's how you do that. So now we have a train going from here to here. Now, in our little tasks, we've done the first couple of them. We do need to get, these are by a certain time in history. So the next thing really on the list is to go 16 loads of cattle to Denver. So we're going to place a station down in Denver. And I'm going to use the second largest one here. Okay, we're going to plop that baby down right there. Okay, nice. So let's add the tracks. Now, I need the very top one, where the second one is actually going to... I wonder, can I use the top? I don't think so. I think I want to use this one right here. And then we'll head over to Denver. Right there. Okay, so we got that started, and then we're going to go down here to the cattle farm, which Robinson Preserve, what is that good for? Was that sugar? Okay. So if I go with a large station, will I be able to actually cover all these? Ah, it's too bad. Now, there is a warehouse. How big is the warehouse? Okay, the warehouse is not going to cover that. So what are they looking for first? Yeah, I feel like these two could be used as a station, and then this one could be a station. So, but it's not asking for that stuff right now in this tutorial, so... Oops. Why won't it let me place it? Oh, I don't have enough money. Well, okay. Well, I'll tell you what then. If I do a train station, that's not going to cover both either. Alright, well, I guess then we'll just do a small one. The sugar is really not important in this tutorial. Alright, so we've laid that down. Now I'll go ahead and go back up here, and we'll jump in that second one there. And again, if you don't like where the tracks were laid, you can always move it. So in this case though, we're just going to do it. Okay. So it says here that we need cattle to Denver and we need meat to Cheyenne. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and add a new train. We'll go, oops, from Kelly's Ranch to Denver to Cheyenne. Okay. Can we do that? Yes. And now we need to add the locomotive, so we'll buy one. Wait, I don't have enough money, or what? Do not have enough money. All right, well, hurry up then. We'll speed it up for a second. See if it gives us some more money here. Probably should have went with a small station in Denver because it depleted my cash. Okay, so now we can go. Do we still have that route? Yeah, right there. Now we can add a locomotive and we're good, right? Okay, awesome. So now we have meat going to Cheyenne and we have cattle going to Denver. Oops. Tasks. Okay. So we'll be working on that. Those numbers should change any minute. And then there's our number. We've almost got that one. I want to see if that first one there shows up. Yes, it does. Okay, and confirm that we're getting meat over to Cheyenne. Should be loading it right now. So guys, this game comes out, I guess, the full release in January. Keymailer gave me a free key from the devs giving out keys on Keymailer, and so because of my Keymailer account, they gave me a key, so I have not bought this game. But I got to tell you, it's really fun, and I'm not sure even what the price point is going to be on it, but it's pretty fun. It's a tycoon game. It is not a realistic train sim. So if you're looking for something like Transport Fever, that's going to be basically a transportation sim, as where this is going to be a tycoon with the building of lines involved. Locomotive slowed due to missing equipment. What do you mean?
Do you know that many people call the vast stretch of land between the Mississippi and California the Great American Desert? Those fools. Once my railroad has opened everything up, the value of these lands will go through the roof.
Okay, there we go. So we put a supply tower in. What is it saying? Long story, each locomotive requires a supply tower that you can... Yeah, just put that in there. Okay. The research department is what I've looked at.
Here you will find the advances that can be achieved in the current era. Advances from previous eras are usually already active, but what the future holds, we do not know. For each advancement, you require innovation points, which you get automatically each week. Unlock an innovation of your choice now.
It's right here.
How about a new locomotive?
Okay. Well, let's unlock the dragon.
My opponents say I'm lining my own pockets. These are, of course, hideous lies. And look at it this way. With the profits I'm making, I can invest much more. Jobs, jobs, jobs.
Okay, so we're back to our locomotives again. And so here's our monthly points that we get.
I have to wrangle with a lot of competitors. But if one person really gets on my nerves, then it's that Beatrix von Pomp.
We'll get there on that one.
You haven't encountered her yet? Be glad. She takes everyone to the cleaners.
Alright, so we're not going to spend any more of those right now. Let's get rid of this. And, yes, so we're finished. We'll be bringing cattle in. Now we need to get to Rock Springs. Alright, so that's easy enough. So we'll head up here to Rock Springs now. Okay, so what you have to do first, this is what threw me off, is you have to have a rail line from Omaha to Norfolk, to North Platte, to Cheyenne, to Rock Springs. Denver is not part of this equation. They're not asking for that. So let's go ahead and slap this one in. We'll go with a small one. Right there. And then let's go ahead and add a line in here to it. Tell you what, let's start down here. This is why I wanted to save the top one. Oops. Why is it not? Oh, come on. Oh. Give me a track. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and now we'll just go ahead and head up there. Now again, if I don't like where it's the route that it's sending me on, I can always move it. You see right here, I'll be able to put a train station right there at that. I don't think it matters if you actually go through, but if you don't want to do that, just put a waypoint in. and just drag it where you want it to go. It's a pretty neat little interface right there, right? So, and then if we don't want to go through that mountain, obviously you can lower the amount that it costs to build tunnels by pulling this around. So I won't be spending any money on tunnels and bridges. Okay, so we got that. Okay, so now we'll go to our Omaha to Cheyenne, and we will throw in Rock Springs. Oops, what'd I do? Wait, what's going on? Okay, let's see. All right, so I can do Omaha to Cheyenne. I can manage it like this. So let's go ahead and do another one. I think I can do it like this. Okay, so we're at Omaha. Set up a rail line. Omaha. No, wait. Okay. Okay, what's going on? Am I not connected to the right line? Let me see. Oh, okay. Okay, I see what I need to do. Looks like I may have connected that to the wrong one. Okay. Alright, so let's just kind of do something like this then. Okay, we can buy that. And now it should let me do that. Let's try that now. North Platte. All right. Okay. Back to North Platte. Back to Cheyenne. And yes, it will let me do that. And let's go with the Dragon this time. So that worked out good. We got to upgrade the train. All right, so we'll get 100 passengers from Cheyenne to Rock Springs. That'll be pretty easy. And then we're 12 out of 16 there. And time is going fast. 1866. So we should be in good shape. So obviously we have more towns and stuff that we could go to and establish more lines of stuff coming in. Obviously we can get corn and cotton and start bringing that in. Let's see, what's this? Okay, so it does have an auto save feature. Okay, so really I'm at the point now where I just gotta wait. And this is going to finish this up. I'm at 15 out of 16 now. So that'll be done. And then I should be getting my 100 passengers up to Cheyenne. Rapid City bonus available. Really? So I would like to confirm that Cheyenne to Rock Springs is actually working. Now, what I could do is I could set up another line going right there. So if I want to do that, let's add in another train, a bypass. Okay, so I'm going to start right there. Okay, let's up here a little bit further, like that, and then we'll tie back in. All right, then what we'll do here is we'll put a signal down. Okay, right about, oops, right there, and change it over to a line going that way, and then we'll throw another one down here. So this will be our one way going this way. Like so. And then shift will actually change that. And we're good. So I was going to say, if we want to facilitate this, that should actually go up. Let's see. But we're going to put another train heading on up to Cheyenne from Cheyenne to Rock Springs, but that did add 35 people. So, but I'm going to set up a new line just to say we got that done quicker, right? All right. So let's go here. Set up a line going on up here, and we about have the first tutorial finished. Add a locomotive, and I got 500 grand. So let's buy a fast one. So this is gonna be a fast line up there. So, and I should have the ability for them to wait. Missing equipment. Alright, so I think what we'll do is there's no supply tower. We'll go ahead and place it right there, and it'll get them both. So one of them will have to wait for the other one. That's fine. Okay. And are we almost there? 35. That number should jump any second, and we're going to be all set. So we're going to go into the next campaign right after this. That's pretty cool. What do you guys think about this, man? Because not been much commenting going on the chat, but it's a pretty cool game for a tycoon. It really is. It's got that building aspect to it, but yet the growth aspect, and it's also going to be competitive as well when you start introducing AIs that are trying to outdo you. So we will achieve this 3 years sooner than what they did in the real life. Okay, so I do have some research I could use. So we could go ahead and unlock several different things. Standardized components. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do that. We got tons of stuff here. We can go to the Rensselaer, and we can get the Tyson. And if I want to go over here to company creative accounting, if you knew my profession, all right, sweet. So engine shed. So we now have the Philadelphia, the Dragon, the Rensselaer. Wow, look at that thing. And the Tyson 10-wheeler. Now, I would probably say this right here, we probably should upgrade this train. But really, it doesn't matter that much. We have a breakdown. What's up with that? Okay. So, have we reached our milestone yet? Come on, guys.
Progress is enormous.
Awesome. There we go.
The Far East is no longer so far away anymore, and the people are slowly realizing that trade helps create prospering cities. We still have a long way to go, but the Transcontinental Railroad is coming.
Awesome. All right, so that's been fairly short. This has basically been a tutorial kind of the first campaign from someone who's only been through the game once. So I didn't have everything down super smoothly there. But this particular portion of this will be upgraded to, or excuse me, will be uploaded over to YouTube. So hope you guys did enjoy this on Twitch. And, of course, I hope YouTube enjoys this as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and divide my stream up into 2 parts, okay? So if you're watching right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop my stream. I'm going to wait maybe a minute or so, and then I'm going to restart the stream so I have a second save so I can upload these things over to YouTube in increments, if you guys don't mind that. Okay? So I'll be right back in just a second. If you're on Twitch, stand by, and you'll have to refresh your screen in just a second. Give me about a minute, okay? I'll be right back.